me get the link to send out. What's up, everybody? I'm pulling up the chat and sending the link out, and then we can start talking about bets and stuff. Okay. All right. Pulling up the chat. How's everybody's Monday going? Okay. I'm gonna get into a few things before I start talking about plays. Let me share my screen. We're just gonna do like a little talk over some stuff. Okay, first of all, if you are just now following me or you haven't really been paying attention, I'm doing a 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. I started on the 13th, so it's gonna run all the way till Christmas Day, and I'm giving away like $250, free year of DubClub, tickets to an NBA game, a whole bunch of stuff. Um, Day 5 is live. All the winners have already been picked for Day 4. You can see I do like a picker online, and I just message these people. Day 5 I just posted. It's with Alex Caruso. So make sure you like and retweet this post. Go drop Alex a follow. Drop me a follow if you're not already. And you have a chance to win $125 to 2 people. So $250 total. Um, the other thing, I'm going to talk about the NBA plays I have today. I might have a couple more. I do have a prize pick slip. I have 5 NBA bets. Maybe find something else. Answering questions, etc. So check that out. And if we go 5-0, giving away $200 for someone that likes this tweet. So go drop a like on it. And obviously I would submit these bets. You'll make more money submitting these bets than you will from the like, because my hit rate on NBA has been very good this year. So let's just go ahead and get straight into the bets. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so what I'm showing you guys right now, it's loading, is something called Wowie. It's basically, do I know exactly what the Wowie stands for? No, because I just know it's like, I use it for on-off stats. I really don't, I used to remember what it stands for, but I can't think of it right now. So the first one I want to talk about is going to be my favorite play of the day. I put almost 2 units on this. And I don't have 2 unit plays often. Maybe once a week. Maybe. Okay? It's not very common. But obviously we know Joel Embiid is out because of the sinus fracture. I could take out McCain. I know McCain's done for the year. Let me see. So McCain's out. Cody Martin's out, who's a really good role player for them. But I'm just going to look at this right now with just Embiid out. So the first play, my favorite play was, I don't know if I can say his name right. It's Gershon Yabusele over 14.5. No, 12.5. Sorry. Over 12.5 points plus rebounds. With no Embiid, he's going to start at the 4. He's going to get a ton of minutes. The Hornets are not very good defensively. With LaMelo, the Hornets play extremely fast. LaMelo pushes the pace. He plays like it's Chino Hills. Like he shoots like 35 times a game. So, in the 448 minutes without Embiid on the floor, Yabusele has... Let me get out my calculator. I can actually set this to do... like per 36, but... So, in 448 minutes, he has 171 points. So that's averaging 0.4 points per minute. And then rebounds, he has, in 448 minutes without Embiid, he has total rebounds 105. So that's 0.38 plus 5 divided by 448. So he's averaging 0.61 PR per minute without Embiid on the floor. So if you take his 12 and a half line, just to like get, and this is not the way to bet. I'm just showing you how off I think this line is. Obviously, you have to guess the minutes right, a bunch of different stuff. But let's say 13 PR divided by that average. Let's just see like how many minutes on average it would take him. 21 minutes. Okay, then you add in, he's got a nice matchup versus the Hornets. They play fast. No Embiid. McCain's out, so he's going to have increased usage. And I think 21 minutes, if he only plays 21 minutes, something seriously went wrong. Injury, blowout, foul trouble. Like, I think he's probably going to play 30 plus. I would say conservatively he's going to play 28 minutes. If he plays less than 28 minutes, I would be shocked. So at 0.6 PR times, let's say 28 minutes conservatively, that's 17.2 points and rebounds. I would set this line at bare minimum 15 and a half. Getting Yabusele at 12 and a half is kind of insane. I don't know what he's at right now. Let me check Prize Picks. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he bumped up like an insane amount. I don't know if books just did not know Embiid was out, but that line was very poor. So he's 15 and a half PR. Yeah, that's what I would say is close. Like, I'd still lean over there. I posted this last night. I would not tell you to take it at 15 and a half because it's a 3-point bump from what I got. I do have other plays, though, on Prize Picks. The next one I want to talk about, let me see if this is up on Prize Picks. This is a play I really like, too, with, yeah, okay. So there's 2 plays on Prize Picks that I like for this guy. Okay, the other one bumped. Never mind, it's just one now. It is going to be, let me share my screen. It is going to be Bam Adebayo under 34 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Hero and Butler are back, and his usage just drops an insane amount with them 2 back. If I go to look at his game logs without with Hero and with Butler, I think his hit rate on 34 and a half was like 26%. It was something extremely low. I would not be shocked if this thing moves like 32 and a half. Once a lot of other people start posting in, like these big groups start playing it. But this is not a read on what he does versus Jalen Duran. This is purely, this line is too high with Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero playing. Yeah, so in 2024, 2025, this year, in 18 games with Butler and Hero, he averages 31 and a half, and he's only went over in 6 of 18 games. And 3 of those, before his last 5, he'd only went over in 2 out of his last 13. He had 40, 45, 35, 42 in his last 5 to go over this, and that's why they're having this so high. Let me show this. So, with Hero and Embiid, I keep saying fucking Embiid. With Hero and Jimmy Butler, he's under this in 67% of starts. Okay? And 3 of his last 5 misses with them came in his last 3 games. So, like, wow, Bam's playing really good. Let me up this up. And then it's just too high now. It should be 32 and a half probably. I did like under rebounds and assists because the Pistons are pretty good at limiting centers in terms of rebounds and assists. They're kind of average in points allowed. But, so this was 16 and a half. I was between the 2. But with Terry Rozier out of the lineup, Bam's assist numbers are probably going to get a little higher because he's going to have a bunch of dribble handoffs with Duncan Robinson. Obviously, Bam gets a lot of assists just by, like, he's not a normal center where it's like he gets post kickouts. he brings the ball down the court. He sets up the offense sometimes. A lot of times it's like he's setting a screen and handing it off to Duncan Robinson. So that's why I went PRA. I like that play quite a bit. If does he have fantasy up now? Fantasy's at 43. I'd stick with PRA. The next play that I liked was Jared Allen under 10.5 rebounds. Let me read the chat real quick. What's up, mailman? Today NBA and NBA Day, NFL has been so unpredictable. Yeah, NFL was terrible for me this weekend. So I play these a lot on books. I forgot to go over this. I play these a lot on books. So Fliff, DraftKings, FanDuel. If you are on Prize Picks, here's exactly what I would do. I would take two of the plays that I'm talking about, NBA plays. So I just said Jared Allen. Let's go back to Bam. I'll take Bam under PRA, Jared Allen under rebounds, and then I would take a NFL stack. So I know that Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson are extremely correlated, but I think you can only get 8.5x for them now. Let me see. Where's receiving yards? Here we go. Justin Jefferson, 9x. Okay, so I'm not playing that one. Let me go look at if I can get Ritter and Bowers. That's a good one. 10x. Okay, so unders are always more correlated than overs in terms of NFL correlation. So I would take two NBA plays I like and then pair it with two, like a mini stack, right? Ritter, Bowers, London, Kirk. The other team is the Bears, so DJ Moore, Caleb Williams. What I did that I posted on my server last night was a Memphis stack over. They play West Virginia. West Virginia is absolutely dog piss at defending the pass. They're probably the worst Power 5 team in terms of defending the pass, or close to it. There's some other terrible teams like Kent State or Akron. They're pretty poor. But I like Rock Taylor over. I like Seth Hannigan over. So what I did was I just did a stack. I took my two NBA plays, posted it with both of their overs. Now I did do two different NBA plays when I posted it. I think I have it here. Yeah. So I did Yabusele at 12.5, and then Norman Powell over 26.5 PRA. That's gonna be the next play I talk about. And then I paired it with the Memphis stack over. I got 68.5, but I don't care. You're fine to play that. Next play, which now that there's more of a board, I would not play Norman Powell PRA. I would actually play fantasy if it's still at 28.5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this makes absolutely no sense. He's 27.5 PRA now, right? First of all, nice CLV I got. But he's only 28.5 fantasy. This is one of my favorite plays on the board. Like, absolutely one of my favorite plays on the board. I would take Norman Powell over fantasy. He's been having an absolutely insane year. When I was looking at 26.5 PRA, I posted PRA, so I'm going to talk about PRA, but just know fantasy's better at this current point. When I was looking at this number, Utah's not necessarily a great defense, and it is just way too low for the season. I think he's averaging like 29 PRA on the year. Let me go look at some stats. Yeah, it's up to 28.5 right now on FanDuel. So I got 2 PRA. I got a 2 PRA discount. But when you go look at 26.5, this year he's covered that in 58% of games. But if you look at let's take out some blowouts where he's only played like 25 minutes. So let's say playing 29 plus minutes, he's hit in 60% of his games. And again, this is the exact opposite story of Bam. Bam got juiced up because he had 3 good games in a row, and they're like, okay, let's bump up his line and keeps going over. Norman Powell's the exact opposite. He's had 5 just pretty poor games in a row when he's played 30 plus minutes, and they're like, okay, let's bump him down. But his usage is still very good. He had 24.5, 29.5, 23. Like, he's got 25+% usage, and 4 of those 5 games where he's just had terrible games. He's just not shooting good. He shot 28% from the field, 27% from the field, 30% from the field, 28% from the field, 40% from the field. He is not going to shoot 30% from the field every single game. Like, he's not. It makes no sense. They bumped his line down because he's been shooting bad. Okay, so they're on the stream right now watching me. Sick. I still like it at 20.5, but now you can play either one. It's actually 28.5 on FanDuel anyway, so it's still you're still getting 1 PRA discount to certain books. But they moved him down because he's been shooting bad, and that is the perfect buy low. You never want to take a guy who's covered in 9 of his last 10 games, averaging, like, let's say it's football, averaging 110 yards, right? Like, there's just never going to be value on the over because everyone looks at that and says, let me just play over. But when you look at Norman Powell's game log and you're like, damn, he's been shooting like shit, which he's still scoring points, but damn, he's just shooting like shit, like 28%, 27%, 30%, 28%, 40%. I'm going to take his under. Like, he might be off right now. Bro, he's an NBA player. Like, no. I'm playing this 10 times out of 10. I've already gotten a 2 PRA bump, which is clearly a good sign. You want to be on the right side of those bumps when they move, which is a very good thing. The next play, I can't even remember it. Okay, this is one that I really like too. I really like this one. I'm going to switch over to props.cash to show you this because I can show you exactly what I'm looking at and why I really like this. So, props.cash, again, I don't like game log betting, but it is cool that I could say, okay, with 25 plus minutes and with these players off. You can do that on a bunch of different tools you don't got to pay for, whatever, right? I do this full time, so having a website that makes it easy for me is fine. What I would do is join a Discord. I post everything, so what I want my server to be and what I want my account to be is like people that are working 9 to 5 can open the app, see what I play, know it's profitable, and submit it. They don't have to do their own research. They don't have to do anything. They can just submit the bets while they're at work, go home and sweat the bets, have a good time, okay? So, I cannot do without Dennis Schroeder, right? Dennis Schroeder just got traded. We know that. He's, what's his name? Keon Johnson's going to get a ton of minutes. There is no Cam Thomas. So the starting lineup is going to be Ben Simmons, doesn't shoot the ball, right? Ben Simmons, pass, rebound, defend. He does not like to shoot the ball at all. Cam Johnson, high volume shooter. Keon Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, does not like to shoot the ball. He will shoot the ball 3 or 4 times a game. That is it. Corner threes, that's it. Does not. He is a defense. He's like a 3-and-D wing. He kind of plays 5 too, so I don't want to say wing, but not a high volume scorer. Nick Claxton catches lobs. You do not give the ball to Nick Claxton in the post and say clear out. Okay, Nick Claxton is just going to be catching lobs, put back dunks, right? So Keon is gonna have to shoot the ball today. He is simply going to have to shoot the ball. No Dennis Schroeder, no Cam Thomas. He's gonna get a ton of minutes. Like, I think he probably plays 28 to 29 minutes, but I'm gonna set this to 25, right? Let's set this to 25 to be safe. And then we're gonna talk about in his last 30 games. I don't want to do this year because he only has 4 games. In his last 30 games with 25 plus minutes, he is averaging 19.5 PRA and is over in almost 80% of games. Okay? The reason I almost took PR, but you can look at his potential assists when he gets a lot of minutes. We're talking about 7, 8, 12, 13, 12, 9, 10, 15. Like, Ben Simmons and Keon Johnson are going to be the main ball handlers today. Shake Milton can come off the bench. He might get some run. I am worried, like, if Shake gets super hot, that they close with Shake and Ben Simmons. But regardless, I do think Keon's going to start. I think 25 minutes is a safe floor. If Shake does close, it's probably going to be closer to 25. If he closes, it's probably going to be closer to 30, where we're starting to talk about, like, 80% hit rates. But if you're going to go back to 25, and you're like, well, what happened in the games that he didn't cover? Like, he played 31 minutes versus Phoenix, 30 minutes versus Chicago. What happened? It is the easiest solution. 20% from the field, 25% from the field, 30% from the field, 30% from the field. If he shoots 20% from the field, he's still, like, look, 21 he's over, 21 he's over, 23 he's over, 23 he's over. If we can just get a 40% game from him, shooting 40% from the field, he is going to soar over this line. He's going to get 28 to 30 minutes of run as one of the highest usage players on the team without Dennis Schroeder. Okay? Let's say I want to set the, like you can see at 15-15. If I set the usage, it doesn't even matter really. Just because when he's on the floor, like he's pretty aggressive when he's on the floor. 24, 21, 26, 30. Line makes absolutely no sense. I looked at 5 different things before I posted this because I was like, why is this line so low? It made no sense to me. It's like one of those lines where you had to see if you were missing something. Like, is he coming back from injury? What's up? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident he's going to play 25 plus minutes, even if he gets down to, let's say, 22. We're still talking about a 65% hit rate. And if I can say, okay, I want him to shoot more than 20%. That's not a bad ask. 71% hit rate. Okay? You can see there's a 25 here. If I bump this up to 26 plus 70% hit rate. This line, it just would take a magnitude of things to go wrong for this line to go under. Foul trouble, injury, shoots 10% from the field, something like that. Okay? It just, without Dennis Schroeder, he should get hella run. I know I didn't talk about Jared Allen a lot. I think that's the last one I got to talk about. I talked about Norman, talked about Keon, talked about Bam, talked about Yabusele. Okay, Jared Allen. I know I mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. So, Evan Mobley is playing. He's probable. I'm not going to say he is like it's guaranteed. He should play. He's probable. All his lines are up on books. I would be very shocked if he doesn't play. Okay? Let me look at one thing real quick. Okay. So Jared Allen this year. Sorry, I'm trying to find something. Okay. So Jared Allen this year with Evan Mobley. Well, let's look at without Evan Mobley first. You can see he's averaging 10.4, 58%. He plays with Evan Mobley almost every game. So, doesn't really change anything. If Evan Mobley doesn't play, though, for some reason, gets ruled out, who was that again? That was Keon Johnson, Brooklyn. If he, for some reason, does get ruled out, I really don't like this. You can look at his head-to-head versus Brooklyn under and 4 out of 6 games. Brooklyn's a pretty tough matchup when you talk about centers, rebounds allowed to centers. You can see they play slow. Again, without Dennis Schroeder, without Cam Johnson, Brooklyn is going to play extremely slow. Okay? Shake Milton plays pretty slow. Ben Simmons doesn't push the ball a lot. So, they're going to play slow. They already don't allow a lot of rebounds to centers. It's a massive spread game, so he should not be needed for 35 plus minutes. If I can, I haven't even looked at this, but let's say I can go in games where he plays 35 or less minutes. Yeah, so 52% for the over. But he's averaging 9.8 rebounds, so he has these massive rebound games, 17, 15, 17. But Brooklyn just plays extremely slow. And games where he's played less than 35 minutes, he's under this in 80% of games. I do expect this game to be extremely low scoring, extremely slow. Jared Allen's probably not going to need to play 35 plus minutes because Brooklyn's absolutely rat pissed now. We just talked about with Keon Johnson. Keon Johnson is maybe their second best scorer, and that says a lot. Keon Johnson's never averaged more than 10 points in a season. Averaged 12 points at Tennessee in 1 year. They're just going to play extremely slow. So I liked his under with Evan Mobley back. It didn't really get good COV yet. So we'll see what happens near closing time. Yabusele moved 3 points. Norman Powell moved 2. Keon Johnson I don't think has moved. I posted that this morning, so I wouldn't expect that to move. Yeah, hasn't really moved. It's not up on FanDuel or DK right now. And then the other one was Bam. Bam definitely hasn't moved. I think Bam was 33.5 on FanDuel, but no, 34.5 everywhere. 33.5 Fanatics, but Fanatics is not sharp at all. What I'm gonna do now, I was talk about some spots that I did like, but I haven't played. So you got Walker Kessler. He was 9.5 rebounds. You could still get that at -130. I was going to play it if I could get, like, if I was on BetMGM right now. Let me see if that line's even good. I don't know if that line's right. If I can get Walker Kessler at 9.5 even line, I would play it. I just don't want to play. I just don't want to give juice. Like, I don't want to play it at like -140. So Walker Kessler. Yeah, so it's down to -125 Fliff, -115 MGM. So I might end up playing this actually, but Walker Kessler's been playing really good recently. Playing against the Clippers tonight. Good thing about the Clippers is you hate when you never want to take a center rebounds when they're playing someone like Miles Turner or like another shooting center like Wemby, stuff like that, because they're going to be stretched out a lot and not have a lot of rebound chances. But Zubac just sits down low. With 22 plus minutes, let's look at that. I mean, he's going to play 22 plus minutes easily, but yeah, so with 22 plus minutes, we're talking about a 75% hit rate. The issue and why I didn't go on this earlier was, one, it was a lot of juice. Like, it was like -140 earlier. But two, playing against Zubac, Zubac does shoot quite a bit. Not outside, but I'm saying like he takes a lot of field goal attempts. So you worry about foul trouble with someone like Kessler, who is obsessed with fouling and trying to block every shot. And then the Clippers do not allow a ton of centers. James Harden plays pretty slow. And at -115, I might end up playing it. I've got to think about it. But this was something I had circled and did not play. Let's move over to some NFL now. But this is one thing that I was considering playing. If it went to 9.5 on PrizePicks, I probably would play it. I'm going to move over to some NFL. Talk about the current state of stacks, etc. So, if you are new here, let me switch my screen. If you are new here, you know I used to run these stacks that were blowing up on Twitter. Like, every time I post one, I had like 2K likes, doing very good engagement. And I was smacking them at an insane rate. But they have seriously nerfed these. Very bad. So you can see here, I'm using 2 demons. This shit is such a scam, bro. I'm using 2 demons, 4 power, 7.5x with 2 demons. And one of them is Desmond Ridder throw for 2 touchdowns. This ain't like some plus 100 demon. Like, Desmond Ridder is dog. And it is 7.5x. Now, you can mess around and maybe do a Desmond Ridder fantasy if they have that. I know he's ass, so I'm going to upload it, but they did. I can get 10.5x here, which still is not really great. Now, if I could do like Bowers fantasy and get 10x or 10.5x, you can't though. 8.5x, right? Now let's mess around with Desmond Ridder passing touchdowns with Brock Bowers. 5x for a 4-man. Okay? It is not good. Anyone posting these right now does not care about how profitable their subs are or anything like that. They are posting these purely for engagement. You can see here's another demon with fantasy, 7.5x. None of these are even remotely good. Remotely. I can do Brock Bowers. This is the best one, right, that we've had. Okay, and that's 10.5x. Now, if we go to, I'm going to have to share my screen again. But if we go to something like FanDuel, where you can build a similar slip, okay? Let me pull up FanDuel or DraftKings. I'll pull up DraftKings. One second. DraftKings is not letting me view their site. Okay. I can't even pull it up. I'll do it on my phone. Um, if you go to something like DraftKings and try to build the same slip, okay? Monday Night Football, Atlanta, Las Vegas. I'm going to do Brock Bowers touchdown. Desmond Ritter touchdown. Drake London over yards. And then Kirk Cousins over yards. Okay. So, right now we have Kirk Cousins over yards, Drake London over yards, Brock Bowers touchdown, Desmond Ritter over fantasy. And we're getting 10.5x. On DraftKings, that same slip, I'm using Desmond Ritter touchdowns instead of fantasy. But you can see it as plus 950. Okay? There's the slip right there. You can see it as plus 950. 950 and 10.5x are the same odds. What that means is DraftKings, after charging you same game parlay tax, VIG, if you don't know what these mean, it basically is saying it's the same thing at a grocery store anywhere in the world, right? If you can build something and sell it you want to sell it at a profit, right? You go to a grocery store, you buy milk for $5. That milk does not cost $5 to make. You are not running a business and listing something at a break-even net rate, right? You're not going to sell it for $5. That's how much it costs you to make. You're going to sell it at, let's say it costs you $3 to make. You're going to sell it at $5 so you make a profit. What DraftKings does is the same thing. If a same-game parlay, the break-even is at plus 1150, plus 1200. But they're like, well, we need to take our cut. We need to guarantee profit, so we're gonna only give it to you for 950, right? Because there's less margin. That way they have a guaranteed cut. So if DraftKings is giving you the same slip at 950, after you calculate the VIG, the tax, it's like 1150, 1200. This slip is massively, like you will be down massively long term betting a slip like this. This is a terrible slip. I would put my mortgage on that you will lose money doing this because DraftKings is giving you the same price for this slip. Why would DraftKings give you the same price? Because they're going to take out their cut, they're going to take out their VIG, and they're going to say, okay, at 950 we know we'll make money. Why would you bet something where a company who spends all day, all night hiring people to set lines is telling you, yeah, we're very confident we'll make money at this line, but you can bet it? That makes no sense. I want something where like all these companies are, hey, yeah, we're pricing it down here, but I can go get it up here somewhere. Because if they're saying, oh, it's down here, I can get it way up here, I know I have a massive profit margin. But if you're matching all these books where like, if you play it here, we know we're profit, where I'm playing it here, I can't profit. I'm going to lose money. It makes no sense. It is a massively losing long-term wager. Massively. Okay? I'm going to look in the chat and see if there's any questions. Nothing right now. Okay. If you guys have a prop you want me to look over, just ask in the chat, drop it, let me know. I'm going to look at the NFL board real quick while you guys are doing that. I really like betting on fantasy score. That's why I have this pulled up. How do you feel about NBA and NFL combo props? I really do not bet those a lot just because I feel like I'm betting on two different outcomes. Like I need two players to... Like right now, you need Minnesota and Chicago to combine for that much, right? So you're betting on, like, I'd rather just take one at a straight line. Yes, there's more ways to cover, and like it may seem better in your head because there's more ways to cover, but it doesn't work like that. Um, More ways to cover means more ways to miss too. Like I don't like that. I'm gonna go through these fantasy score props super fast. See if there's anything I like. So Jefferson at 17.5, no. Caleb 17, no. Darnold 19, no. Swift 11, not really. DJ Moore 13, maybe. Aaron Jones 14. The DJ Moore line might be decent. Aaron Jones might be good too. Hockey Socks. That Hawk and Sock line looks pretty good. The Hawk and Sock line looks pretty good. Rome's a no. Keenan, not really. Komet's bum ass. Hell no. Kirk, 16. What I'm doing right now is like I have a model that I trust and I'm just looking at those numbers compared to what I have. So Bowers, 15.5, negative. Ritter and his little ATL rematch, nope. Jesus, Bijan is 20? The fuck? Sincere McCormick, no. Drake London, no. Jacoby Myers, that looks low. It's not. Dude. What the fuck was that noise? How the mighty have fallen, dude. Kyle Pitt, or I guess he was mighty before he got drafted. But dude, 6.5, like, Kyle. Buddy. Okay. None of those fantasies look amazing to me, which is not shocking. On a 2-game slate, you have a much higher likelihood of getting your lines right than when you're trying to set lines for 15 plus. I'm looking in the chat again. Guys, if you have any questions, just drop them. Again, enter the giveaway during 12 Days of Christmas. Me and Alex Caruso today are giving away $250 to 2 people. If you're interested on my opinion on a prop, just ask away. Wow, I just realized for Trent's massive slip or whatever, he just got 500 yards from Jared Goff. That is massive for him. Let's check the chat. For anyone wanting slips for Monday Night Football, I talked about this last stream. I'm going to talk about it again. When are you going to move to straight bets? I only seen like DFS Edge is dying. I mean, today I've only posted straight bets. DFS Edge is definitely dying. There's still money to be made. Like this slip right here is like an insanely good slip. Yabusele bumped up 3, Norman Powell bumped up 2, and then I have a correlation here. So this was an amazing slip. Like, absolutely fire. I posted this in my Discord last night if you weren't in there. But if you're wanting like a Monday Night Football slip, asking, because obviously I bet on football a lot. That's like maybe what I'm most known for is correlation on football. I do have correlation slips. What I don't do is share them on Twitter. These are pretty unique correlation slips, and it is not something I'm willing to share for free. It is a pretty gate-kept edge. Not a lot of Discords do it. As far as I know, there's only one other. And I want to keep it that way. As soon as I post that for the first time, if I post, oh, I hit this slip yesterday at plus 1250, 13.5x. As soon as I post that, it is going to go in 15 other Discords. That's how it is. That's just the name of the game. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it works. And that is not something that I'm willing to share on Twitter and put out there to go in every other Discord and then it die. And I'd be out of, like, I still bet professionally and make money. I don't just run a premium and that's it. So I don't want this edge to die just for some Twitter post. There's a free trial below this tweet. It's free till Christmas, so you got a good amount of time. If you are wanting to join the Discord for free, check out the post. See everything in there. We got Discord bots, which are getting a massive upgrade soon. We have book bets, straight bets, prize picks, underdog, better, rebet, fliff, everything. Okay. If you want to check it out, I would just join up. You can get that free trial, and yeah, should be a blast. This fucking light's pissing me off though. I ain't gonna lie. What about the Vikings? Like, do I think the Vikings win? I mean, obviously, yeah. Have you considered your long-term strategy once DFS edge completely gone? Just wondering what the plan is. So many of us have been learning to the point that we can't even bet on DFS. Yeah, I mean, that's why I post a lot of flip stuff. DFS is dying, and they're limiting really fast. And in 10 years, if you were to say, Zeke, you have to put your stock into a certain company over the next 10 years. I would not want it in Prize Picks and Underdog and Better. I would put it in FanDuel and DraftKings. They do everything the right way legally. Like, if the fact that sports gambling is illegal in states, but Prize Picks is legal, is just not something that I'm wanting to invest on long term. They could easily bring the hammer down. Now, Prize Picks is big enough now to where they could just say, okay, we're just going to move to the legal states, but everyone in the legal states rather bet on FanDuel. Like, they have better odds. You can bet on teams. Like, Prize Picks is so, I don't want to say unique because it's became so mainstream, but it's like you have to do a parlay. So if you want to load up, you're like, hey, dude, I just want to bet on Carson Beck today. I want to bet on Georgia. You can't. It's annoying as piss. And everyone's familiar with that because of Bovada and BetOnline and FanDuel and DraftKings. That, yeah, like my long-term strategy is not, it's not going to be like, oh, once Prize Picks is gone, I'm gone. I'm definitely moving closer over to books. Like today I posted 5 book bets and 1 Prize Pick slip. That's probably going to be more of the game going forward. It's like way more book bets because it's less variance. There's a lot more ways to get down. Like when I'm posting a Prize Pick slip, it's basically only available on Prize Picks. But you could bet on like Yabusele last night on BetOnline, Bovada, Twitter bookies, your college bookie. Like you got some kid at your frat that has a book. That shit was on his book. FanDuel, DraftKings, Flip, Rebet, Dabble. You could have put it on Prize Picks if you wanted to. Like that shit was everywhere, and that's like the next step. TJ Hawkinson fantasy, I like it. Your thoughts? I do like that. Oh wow, holy piss, dude, are they just sitting here? I said Aaron Jones could have been good 14.5. I said TJ Hawkinson could be good 9.5 to 10. I said DJ Moore could be good 13 to 13.5. Are you serious? Yo, I know y'all just watched all those move right here on my screen. I said DJ Moore, Aaron Jones, and TJ Hawkinson were like my favorite. And all of them just got a .5 bump. Also, LaMelo would return with 24.5. I would be cautious on LaMelo. I don't know how much he's going to play, so that's a big question mark to me. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know how many minutes LaMelo's going to play. If I could get a guarantee on LaMelo's minutes, I'd have a post. I'd like have an opinion on something. That shit is actually insane though. That they just bumped all that stuff while I was sitting here. That's smart not to share. Yeah, I mean, look, there's two sides. Okay, one, yes, I do care about growing my platform, helping people win money, etc. That is something that matters a lot to me. But there's also when someone subscribes to my Discord, there is a level of there's like a transfer. It's a good in the service. You pay me for picks, I will get you the best, most profitable picks for as long as I can. Right? I do not take that transaction lightly. So if there's something that is very, very profitable that is not in a lot of places, I owe it to my subs to keep it in that Discord. Right? Now, if it's something like Norman Powell over PRA, that is a one time bet. It helps me grow my brand, and the subs lose nothing from me posting that. But when I post this edge, whether it's a correlation or an error, when I post something like that, I can harm my subs' profit long term because the edge could die quicker, and that's less money long term, obviously, right? I owe it to them not to do something like that. Now, if there is if that edge got to 15 discords tomorrow and I see people posting it on Twitter that are, let's say someone has 50K and they post that exact edge. Sucks, fair game, I'm posting now. Because it's already out there and it's going to die soon. So, it's just how the game goes. It's quite annoying, but there's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to share, I'm going to talk about this again for people that are just not joining in. So obviously these are my 5 bets for today. Norman Powell, Keon Johnson, Jared Allen, Bam Adebayo, Gershon Yabusele. Dude, I put 14.5 and it was 12.5 and I just realized that. But and if I had to rank these in order of how much I liked them, it'd be Yabusele, Norman Powell, Keon Johnson, Bam Adebayo. My least favorite is Jared Allen. And that's also the order in which they've gotten CLV. So, not in love with those. I mean, I'm in love with those. If you're wanting to check out the giveaway, I got day 5 right here. $250. Just like, retweet, follow me and Alex Caruso. And there's a free trial link below this tweet right there. You can get all my plays till Christmas with this link, okay? It's an insane deal. You're an idiot if you don't take advantage. So free Christmas is below this tweet. It looks like we got Dead Prez loading in. But you like that? I need to hit. Yeah. I mean, dude, I just realized what your name is. BBWs of Atlanta. That's a sick name. You know I'm from Atlanta. Um, those are the 5 best NBA bets I have for tonight. The NFL Edge I'm not posting. Christmas giveaway, free trial below. Um, and then I'm about to hand this over to Dead Prez whenever he comes on. If you haven't checked out Matt, Matt's a genius. There's that beautiful face.
What up, brother?
What up? I don't know if did Alex text you?
Yeah. I'm all good.
Okay. So I'm gonna hand this over to Matt now. He's gonna go over all his stuff. Matt's great. I'm not gonna try to glaze him too hard, but just check out Dead Prez on Twitter. They'll post a free trial below here too for him. And like this tweet because he banged this. Was this yesterday?
Yes, it was. Came through.
Damn, you hit a 4,000 yesterday?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Was it even sweaty?
A
Bills
little
was free.
bit.
Tampa Bay was free. Arizona was free. Oh, dude, I lost I had like a 1350 that I lost because the kicker missed it, which they went down and scored anyway. So I actually didn't lose it because of that.
Yeah.
When he missed the field goal, I had 7.5 in that parlay.
Yeah,
Commanders.
that was rough.
And
yeah,
I damn near kicked down my door. But all right, have a
all
good
right,
stream,
buddy.
Matt.
Take care. All right, I'll see you.
Yep.
All right, Zeke did a great job. What's going on, guys? Matt McEwen from Dead Prez jumping on. I'll be with you guys for the next 45 minutes to an hour. You won't have to see my face the whole time. I will be sharing my screen throughout the episode as well with some parlays. We're going to cook up a bunch of NFL parlays. We're going to talk a lot about NBA tonight. Actually, I have a really interesting NBA slate that I love, so we will get into it. I'm going to share this on Twitter, so just give me 1 minute, guys, as I'm just getting in to share this broadcast so a bunch of people can jump in, and we'll cook up something live. We're going to come out hot. We're going to cook up a 60-1 NFL lotto below, and just let me tweet this out, joining the stream, and I think we're good. We are... Yes, now we are live. So, apologize, guys. Missed last week. Had my wedding on Friday, so just got married. And last week I was moving a lot of stuff around. Had to head up a little bit early, so was not on last week. But been watching all the streams. Shout out to DubClub, doing a great job with these live streams so far. Zeke did a great job. Was tuned in for most of his streams. So all the guys that have been rolling these out, great work, and it's been fun to watch, and hopefully you guys are enjoying them. So, like I said, for the next 45 minutes or so, we'll probably be on to about 3:40, 3:45-ish. And then I'm sure, we could talk a little bit at the end if you guys have any questions. But what I want to go over today, 2 Monday night games. So we're going to have a lot of content for tonight. Bears, Vikings, Falcons, and Raiders. Listen, 2 games is better than nothing. The spreads, both games expected to be comfortable wins for the favorite, but we'll get into that a little bit. But as I mentioned, a lot of NBA as well. Not a great college basketball slate. So I won't really talk much about college hoops, but we will talk a lot of college football because we have bowl season upon us coming up tomorrow. Memphis and West Virginia will kick off bowl season. One of the best times of the year, undoubtedly. So a lot of content that we'll get into will be directed around bowl games. And then Friday night, Indiana Notre Dame. Can't wait for that. And Saturday, if you guys have any plans, cancel them. Get in front of this. I would suggest today, if you have something that you feel like might pop up, get in front of it because you have playoffs all day, SMU, Penn State, Clemson, and Texas, and then the nightcap between Ohio State and Tennessee from the shoe. So a lot of big-time matchups. Excited to get into it. And now we'll go to NFL. Now, also, guys, during the live stream, if you have questions, I know a lot of times people get into the chat. Make sure you guys leave it in the chat so I can see and I can respond to these questions. I want to be able to get back to you guys as soon as I can with everything. So yeah, let me know what questions you guys have for tonight's games, any props that you guys like, anything that we're looking at. And in the meantime, I will share my screen and we will get into this parlay. So we're going to build this thing out on DraftKings. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yes, I am. All right, so off to a hot start. All right, let's go to the Bears-Vikings game first, and let's cook. Let's get some winners in here. The Bears coming into this game as a heavy underdog. Shout out to Lou and the Chicago faithful. Hasn't been a good year for Chicago sports, unfortunately. But listen, there's still time for improvement. Year 1 of Caleb Williams, this hasn't gone the way, the direction that the fans wanted coming into the year. A lot of hype around this team. Just has not worked out yet. Tonight, though, I do think they cover. So from a spread standpoint, I will have an article up soon on oddschecker.com where you guys could check out my full write-up. But the Bears, I like them with the points, getting 7 tonight. Minnesota's played a lot of close games. But we're here to build up this 60-1 lay. So let's do this. As mentioned, sometimes this is weird when I build my bet slip. It doesn't pop up. So if it doesn't, I'll build it on my phone. I will tweet this link and the parlay under this video as well. So if you guys can't see it, don't worry. I'm going to get it out for you guys. You'll be able to see what we're looking at. We'll also talk first touchdown scorer because there's one first touchdown scorer tonight that I really like that I want to give out for you guys. But into the parlay, let's go. So we're going to start it with a touchdown scorer tonight. TJ Hawkinson at plus 220. Love the value on Hawk to find the end zone tonight. We know injuries have played a major role in Hawkinson's season. Started, a little bit slow coming in. So hasn't played a ton this season, and he's yet to find the end zone. Now, if you guys have followed me long enough, you know I love these kinds of spots. I'm always hunting for guys who are due to score, and Hawkinson fits that. Now, Trey McBride fit that yesterday. If you watch that game, he went down at like the half-yard line. They were at the 1. They even tried to run him a play. He does not have a receiving touchdown this whole season. He's been unbelievable. But that's a different story. Hawkinson tonight, due for the end zone. It has not been for a lack of usage that he has not found the end zone. If you look at his snap counts, I continuously talk about this. Look at snap counts, guys, when you're looking at props, how many times these guys are on the field, and sometimes it's going to just naturally even out. If you're playing at the volume that Hawkinson plays, he's going to eventually start finding the end zone. Since returning from injury, the last 3 weeks, they've really increased his usage, 68%, 64, 62%. So he's played 226 snaps since returning, but the first 3 weeks he was under 50. Snap count's really gone up. Outside of him, you do see Johnny Monk get in there a little bit, but he's the primary tight end in this offense. I anticipate Minnesota starting to use him more and more as we approach the playoffs, especially in the red zone, one of the best red zone tight ends in the NFL. So Hawkinson tonight, getting a good price at plus 220. All right, another player that I think has a lot of value to find the end zone tonight, and we're going to stay on the tight end train with Cole Kmet. So we talk a little bit about tight ends, and yeah, this is weird. It's not letting me build it. So I'm going to show you guys, or I'll tell you guys what it's at. And if you're watching this, and you can build this with me or just take it down so you guys can stay up to date on this. But we talk about guys, scoring touchdowns, finding the end zone this season. Kmet scored 2 against Jacksonville earlier in the season. Outside of that game, he just has 1 game all year where he found the end zone. It was against Indianapolis. He actually had his best game of the year, 97 yards in that game. So consistently finding the end zone for Kmet has been a bit of a challenge, but I believe in the red zone, Kmet's one of their best targets. So I expect him to have a lot of volume tonight in this game. I do think Chicago will play the majority of this game from behind, even though I think they'll cover. I think Minnesota plays most of it ahead. Chicago's going to have to throw the football a lot tonight. But let's talk snap count, guys, and how often Cole Kmet plays. He's played in 757 offensive snaps this season. From a skill position standpoint, that's second on the team to DJ Moore. Last week, he played in 92% of snaps, which is actually the lowest amount of snaps that he's played since week 9 when he played in 85. Week 12, he played in 100% of offensive snaps and 99% the following week. This guy's always on the field. It's just getting the ball into his hands. Really not a lot of competition at the tight end position. Gerald Everett and Mercedes Lewis. Crazy Mercedes Lewis is still around. They're the only other 2 tight ends on this roster. Both of them have played less than 20% of snaps in the majority of the game. So offensively, Kmet is clearly the top tight end option. And when you get into the red zone on this team, they've struggled for answers. DJ Moore technically is their top option in the passing game, but he hasn't had a great season come the red zone. They've started to use Keenan Allen a little bit more, and Rome Odunze is more of a speed burner, right? He's not really a guy that you use often in the red zone. So I think the value tonight, crazy price. Play this straight as well at plus 400. Just incredible value on Hawkinson to find the end zone at some point tonight. So I like that. So let me just update you on what it is at, because I apologize for it not popping up. Sometimes it's weird where it won't show on the screen here, but as I build it on my phone, it will show me that. So right now we are at 15-1. So our odds starting off pretty hot here. I was just talking about Caleb Williams, guys. We're going to look at his passing props. GameScript's going to bode well for this. 225 plus, not asking a ton out of him. That gets us to 22-1 odds. But Caleb Williams, while they have struggled lately, tough to blame him from an offensive standpoint the last couple of games. His numbers have been pretty good. Another crazy stat with Williams, he hasn't thrown an interception since October 13th. It was also the game where he threw the most touchdowns of the season, where he had 4 against Jacksonville. He's taking care of the ball well. His quarterback rating's been over 102 of his last 3 weeks. I think he's played much better lately. And then this new offensive system, since they switched coordinators, they've looked better offensively. It's one thing that they have improved. It hasn't looked great, but they've improved a bit. Last week, they fell behind early, just couldn't find a rhythm against San Francisco. But that game on Thanksgiving against the Lions, we know how that went, and they probably should have won. The other game, they went to overtime with Minnesota. So they've played better offensively 2 of the last 3 weeks. I think they're going to throw the football a lot due to the game script tonight, and I think Caleb finds his way over this 225 mark. He has hit this number in 3 of his last 4 games. The lone game he did not was his last time out against San Francisco, where he threw for 134. So pretty good numbers from Williams as of late. I would expect that fully to continue tonight, and that'll get us, as I mentioned, up to plus 20, 22 to 1 odds. After that, going to continue to stay on the DJ Moore train. 60 plus, this gets us to 36 to 1 odds. So now this is 4 legs, just so you're making sure at home if you're keeping track, it's right here on the screen. But DJ Moore, 60 plus. Moore is another guy in terms of volume. The snaps have been there all season. He leads the team, as mentioned, from a skill position standpoint in snaps. And if you look at his numbers lately, he's been really strong against this number. 3 of his last 4 games, he had 60. Why that is important is he went 4 consecutive games not reaching 35 yards. Offensive coordinator change. 3 of his last 4, he's reached 60 or more. He won for 106 against the Vikings the last time these two teams played. Matches up really well against this team. Last week wasn't great, 49 yards, but he still was involved heavily in the offense. 6 receptions, more and more targets every week. He's caught at least 6 balls in 4 consecutive games, multiple games with 7, and had that one game where he had 8. So a lot of volume for Moore. Game script will favor this prop. I think DJ flies over this number tonight. And then TJ Hawkinson, we continue to talk about him, and this is where we're going to get our value at 60 to 1 for 60 plus receiving yards. So this is going to be a 60 to 1 parlay, guys. Again, I will tweet this out below after the stream, and I will also attach the link that I will have on DraftKings, and I'll double check FanDuel to see if the odds are better there. But on DraftKings, this is exactly 60 to 1. Hawkinson, again, we're getting good value on him. I get that this year he hasn't statistically been as strong, but look what he did the last time against Chicago. 114 receiving yards. He had 1 reception that was worth 34. So he was halfway there on one prop the last time these two teams played. Tight ends have found success against the Chicago team. Hawkinson matches up very well. With the exception of that game against Chicago, he's only gone over this number one other time. It was against Jacksonville earlier in the year. Again, he's only played 6 games, so small sample size. But Hawkinson, when healthy, one of the best tight ends in football, feels as if he's pretty healthy after these games. So there it is, guys. 6 to 1 odds. Take a screenshot of this. Whatever you have to do with it, just to make sure. It actually just went up to 65 to 1 because the odds on DJ Moore just fell. So 65 to 1 odds now. Take a screenshot of this. Do whatever you have to do with this. But make sure to lock this in so you guys can get in for this parlay tonight. It's trying to tell us that it's trying to change some stuff. Look how much it moves. It's like they might be watching us, guys. These odds continue to move. Now they both got juiced up to 120. So get this in because as you guys can see live, these things move. These things move quite often when you're rolling it out. But yes, lock this in and get this on. All right, now we're going to talk first touchdown, but let me share this. Let me share this broadcast again. Monday Night Football, first TD winners. All right, we're going to go deep in the bag for one of these. We'll talk over both of these games. So I will remove this, but make sure you guys, like I said, get that in, screenshot, watch this back, whatever you have to do, because I want everyone to get this in. One of the comments made me laugh. All right, let me pull this up. Caleb Williams going nuclear tonight. It could be. Guys, if you're in the chat, let me know who you like first touchdown. Go to the chat. Let me know first touchdown scorer, who you guys like. I want to hear some first touchdown predictions for tonight. And if you get it right, we'll confirm. Could maybe even get a little bit of lunch money out of this. Maybe a little bit of a winner here. So in the chat, if you guys can, it's where it says say something. I know that Twitter chats can be weird, but throw a comment on your first touchdown scorer tonight for either game. It could be any game, whatever game you want. But yeah, let's dive into this market. All right, first touchdown market, by the way, we've had a great year with. I like taking multiple. So I play most of these for 0.25 units. You could do whatever the heck you want with it. No unit shaming here. Just be smart. Don't go crazy with these because, again, they are obviously harder to hit than a conventional bet for a reason. I I do want to say, like, in this kind of game here with the Bears and Vikings, I'll take Aaron Jones. I will also take, DJ Moore. I'm not saying I'm taking these two, but I like having multiple players from multiple teams. Just because if you lose a coin flip, sometimes you lose. Mikey's saying, hear me out. Sam Darnold, first touchdown. All right, so Mikey's got the early entry here where he's going to win the money because he threw on the first touchdown. So if you guys are here, like I said, tell me who's scoring the first touchdown tonight. I want you to comment it. And if Sam Darnold scores the first touchdown, I might just have to give more money to Mikey for this one. AJ getting into the end zone first, assuming, Aaron Jones there to find the end zone. All right, so, keep them coming in. We'll see. We'll see who else gets in the end zone tonight first. But Sam Darnold first touchdown, just because Mikey threw that out. I want to see did I score past it? Maybe the odds aren't as crazy. All right, 17-1, not that crazy. All right, what are we thinking, Mikey? Quarterback sneak. I would like to hear the way he's scoring. I want to hear how he's scoring tonight. Lord knows said AJ. That's plus 475. Tough to argue with that, right? In the red zone, that's going to be the top option. Cameron's saying Jordan Addison. He's been on a roll lately. Look at those odds. Down to 85. Yeah, plus 850. That's not as crazy as we've seen earlier in the year. So the books are adjusting there. Sheer saying Rome to get in. How about Rome first touchdown? Where's that? That one we're going to have to scroll a little bit, or 17-1. How do Rome and Darnold have the same odds? That seems disrespectful to Rome. I think you might be onto something there, Sheer. TJ Hawkinson 12-1, and I love this play. OG Tweaker, you win. You win if I win, because that is my first touchdown pass. Mikey saying play action makes it to the pylon. How about that? If Sam Darnold burns to the sideline and dives in, I will give you a lot of money tonight, Mikey. I'll give you $500. If Darnold goes bootleg on a play action, you DM me and you get $500. I'll give $100 to whoever's right. Bottom line. So if you whoever you guys comment, if you win, I'll give you $100. We'll have to. I'm going to screenshot this so I don't forget. All right, I screenshot it. If it's any of these people so far, but you guys can keep commenting first touchdown because I know sometimes we're on a little bit of a tape delay here. Keenan Allen first touchdown. Okay. Now it's getting to the point where I think every player is being commented. So I'm going to be out $100 most likely either way. I need to win my bet to make sure that comes back. Why? It's so weird. Sometimes these comments go away. We need Elon to fix the comments. Mike's saying, yep. There we go. All right. We'll see. We'll see how that one goes down, Mike. I hope you win that. I hope we see a Darnold. I'm going to be taking that for you. But anyway, I want to get into my pick. Keep commenting, guys. As mentioned, if you guys get it correct, I will give some money away to whoever is right on this for the first touchdown. If your comment's not coming up, because I know it's not showing me some comments, you guys could shoot me a DM with it, and I'll activate the giveaway for you as well. But yeah, TJ Hawkinson tonight. I'm all in on Hawk at 12-1. So that's my pick for the Vikings' first touchdown scorer. As mentioned, volume's gone up. Talk about another volume guy, a guy who's seen a ton of snaps this year. We can't say we can't look past the Cole Kmet. All right, Cole Kmet is 25-1 to score the first touchdown tonight. Few reasons for this. One, he has 3 touchdowns this year. 2 of them came in the same game. So him finding the end zone, what is it, week 14 or 15? Him finding the end zone has been tough this year. I get it. 25-1, these odds are insane. We need to bet this. Now, another thing that I'm taking tonight, Cole Kmet, 2 touchdowns, 55-1. I have to bet this. Volume is all I'm looking at here. Bears snap counts. Look it up. And look up his volume, how many snaps he's been involved in this season. He's always on the field. I took his over tonight. I need a legacy game from Cole Kmet. But again, 757 offensive snaps. That's second to only DJ Moore. Look at DJ Moore's odds. Look at Cole Kmet's odds. I get he's in there to block as well. He's tight end. I get it. Doesn't matter. In the red zone, he's going to have opportunities. Cole Kmet, first touchdown, 25-1. Anytime touchdown plus 400. You can get this at a better number, by the way, than DraftKings. So shop that. 2 touchdowns, 55-1. Have to do it. Not looking past that. Cole Kmet, TJ Hawkinson. I need a tight end game tonight to find the end zone. But I do think that the chat pointed out some valuable plays. I think Keenan Allen, 16-1. Bears have struggled in the red zone. Throw it up to the big target in the red zone, and it's going to work more than it's not. Keenan Allen at 16-1 has good value. Mikey's all over Sam Darnold there at 17-1. Feels like it could be a random game too, like a Josh Oliver first touchdown. I don't know. I just hope we hit someone. But I don't see as much value tonight in the tops. I do think we're going to see in one of these 2 games. I think we're going to see a random touchdown scorer. Let's talk about that second game because we have not at all yet. I forgot for a little bit that it was Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter revenge game against his former team tonight. Getting the start. Passing props are up now. Ritter's props, what, 200 plus, minus 155. See Kirk Cousins there on the screen as well. So if you think it could be a little revenge game from Ritter, listen, he's going to have an opportunity because they don't have anyone really behind him. Sincere McCormick also taking over that backfield. So he's going to be the top back for the Raiders. Odds tonight, do not bet this. Do not bet Bijan Robinson first touchdown 360. Even if it wins, there's zero value on that play. Even his anytime at minus 200. I think I did take him in one parlay. I think he'll score, but insane odds. Insane odds on him tonight to find the end zone at any time. I just don't think that we're getting a whole lot of value. Let me see who else. We had another first touchdown comment. Oliver, all right, I will remember that one as well. Hold on one second. I need to switch my cam. I don't know why it's doing this. All right, I think I'm back on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it was showing me a blurry vision. Okay, we're back on. Yeah. Let's talk about this game a little bit. Who's going to score, spread, everything for this one. So again, guys, I will let me make a new tweet. Let me make a new tweet with the Falcons Raiders. Just give me 1 second. It's good to keep these tweets fresh, guys, so people could see them. Maybe I could edit this. Can you edit? No, I can't edit. Okay, let me just get this one. But yeah, in the meantime, let me know. Let me know who's finding the end zone tonight on these games. But you know what? I think that might have been my issue. I was looking at the old tweet. Okay, there we go. Now the comments are back. Addison first touchdown. So I was looking at the stream that ended. I apologize. I think it was two different streams. Kyle Pitts or Darnell Mooney first touchdown. They are due. Marlena, I will add in the Addison one for you as well. OG Tweaker, let's go. I love that too, man. Love the same pick. Good vibes, right? We're feeling the vibes. Big Hawk tonight. Jacoby Myers first touchdown. Love that look as well. Kyle Pitts or Darnell Mooney. Yeah, first touchdown there due. What about a first half touchdown from Bijan? What is the line on that? Lord knows 109. What is the line on that? I would be curious. I don't not think he's going to score. My challenge with that is there's just no value on that play. So I would be mindful of that. Okay, hold on. Why is this happening to me? And okay, now we're good. I'm gonna tweet this one out. Share link. Sorry, I think there was 2 links, guys. So I was doing the wrong one. All right, let's do it. First touchdown score for Vikings Raiders game. All right, let's talk about this game. Who's gonna find the end zone first? So I like the comments. A couple of them I did give looks at. Not on any of them. I do think Pitts has value tonight. He's had a weird career, honestly. Like he's always a guy who should be performing way better than he is. But yeah, if you're in the chat, all right, I'll let people kind of shuffle in and then we'll do another giveaway. But yeah, no Bijan bet for me. I think Sincere McCormick has a lot of value tonight. Taking over this backfield, let's look at Raiders snap counts real quick, guys, and we'll kind of dive into why I think his value is so good tonight. And hopefully this could be a little bit of a breakdown for you guys here. McCormick, let's see. Well, first of all, he was announced as the number 1 back on this team. So his snap counts, he was playing in 10% of snap counts in week 12. Last week he played in 61%. He has seen massive volume increase. So at plus 950, pretty good odds there for McCormick. He is their running back. Like if they get into the red zone first, obviously the most conventional way to score will be to feed McCormick. So I think McCormick is a lot of value. Anytime touchdown even tonight at 155 and 2 touchdowns at 11-1. Great odds on McCormick tonight. Desmond Ritter revenge game. Mikey asking, I don't know if we're going to see a Desmond Ritter revenge game out. What I'd ask, what is a good game for Ritter tonight, guys? Like, what's a stat line where we're like, okay, Desmond Ritter had a big game tonight. Also, if you're in the stream, because I just tweeted out this one, comment your first touchdown score. It could be either game. I'm going to give $100 to whoever wins that tonight. So I'll be screenshotting all of these comments and whoever wins. If there's multiple entries, like if you win one game and someone else wins another, we'll find a way to make it work. I'll just give someone 50, the other 50, or we'll figure out something. But yeah, comment who you like to find the end zone first. First touchdown. It could be either game, Falcons, Raiders, or Vikings, Bears. But yeah, what is a revenge game for Desmond Ritter? I don't know. It's a good question. We'll see. He has not been the best, but he does get a chance to face his former team. Desmond Ritter's career, I feel like, went away quick. Like, he was the starter last year, right? Where for the Falcons, the majority, and then he was the third string on a bad Raiders quarterback room. Like, it was Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. No offense to them, but not a great quarterback room to be quarterback 3 in. And then he was on the Cardinals, right? He's had an interesting little run here, but just going from being like a full starter, he started 15 games, was it, for the Falcons? And like, yeah, it was last year. So I don't know. Ritter has had a interesting year. So Ray McLeod first touchdown, 220. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he throws for 225 and a touchdown, I'd walk away and say that is a strong revenge game for Desmond Ritter. But Sincere McCormick, love him tonight. Value there for him to find the end zone. First touchdown. Think that there's a whole lot of value there. So make sure you guys lock that pick in for anytime, again, at 155, 2-time, 11-1 odds. All really good stuff from my perspective. I think that the value there is incredible on him tonight. I do like Darnell Mooney as well. 10-1 odds for first touchdown. Someone in the chat commented that 10-1 first touchdown odds. I think anytime touchdown odds, you can get this at 215, by the way, on FanDuel anytime. But Mooney has big time value. Brock Bowers has big time value. We know how much they've loved him in the red zone. But my official picks for this game, offensively, I am going to be looking at Darnell Mooney first and Sincere McCormick first for these two games. So keep an eye on that. How about Desmond Ritter? We had a Sam Darnold call out. Is anyone brave enough to take Desmond Ritter to find the end zone first? He's probably a little more elusive than Darnold, right? I don't know. Kyle Pitts. We got more Kyle Pitts love. So, yeah, I don't know. Kyle Pitts tonight, maybe finding the end zone. First week of the season, guys, one of the first bets I hit all year was Kyle Pitts' first touchdown. So, who knows? Maybe he does it again. All right, let's talk through a couple of props that I like. Just normal props. I'm sorry, these ones will not be the lotto. I know we love the lotto stuff. We can ladder them up a little bit, but how about Darnell Mooney tonight, 50-plus receiving yards? All right, I'm going to talk again about volume, snap count. You guys are going to hear it a lot from me when you watch these live streams. But Mooney's had a great season. He really has been strong for this Falcons team. Has been a great change-up to what they do with Drake London. I want to point out something here. Darnell Mooney has played in 813 offensive snaps this season. That's more than any skill position player on the Atlanta Falcons, including Drake London, where he's outsnapped him. London's at 786. Mooney's at 813. This guy's been on the field all the time, and he was injured during a game in Week 11, so that includes a game where he was banged up a bit. McLeod, London, and Mooney have consistently been on the field. So when you're looking at Falcons props, even McLeod has a lot of value. He's played in 777 snaps this year. That means he's only played in 9 less snaps than Drake London has this season, and he was limited in his last game. So big time value there when you're looking at Mooney. His usage has been extremely high this year. If you look at his numbers, it's been a little bit of, up and down this season where he's had some insane games where he's ripped off 100-plus yards, and there have been other games where he's been slowed down a little bit. But he leads this team in receiving yards, and he ranks second on the team in targets. He's had 94 targets this year. He's second to Drake London there, but his average on receptions is 15.3. All we're asking here is for 50 yards. This is a big play receiver. He could get 35, 40 on one play and only need an out route to cash this prop. So at minus 130, this should be minus 225, minus 250. Too much value on Mooney. Now, I do think laddering Mooney up for one of those big 100-yard games, very possible tonight. This Raiders defense, we know that they've had struggles all season long. And I think that they're going to struggle slowing down this Falcons offense too. Is very dynamic, by the way. This is a dynamic offense with a lot of guys that can rip off big plays, big time ability. So if you look at opponents' passing yards allowed per game this season, we know that the Raiders have struggled, right, slowing these teams down. They rank 18th in the NFL in that category. Last three, just look at the last 3 games against this number. Raiders have been the 6th worst team in football over the last 3 weeks, slowing down offenses. So I think that could continue to be an issue for teams tonight and throughout the season. So let's pivot here. I do have a couple of comments. Just give me 1 second to pull this up. Yeah, yeah, I don't know why that happened. I'm sorry. I had a comment that that was my fault. I think I tweeted out the old video. The one that you guys are watching now should be correct, I think. Yes, this is the right one. I just tweeted out this one. The one that has the Kyle Pitts or Darnell Mooney comment, I think is the right one. Let me just double check that it is the right one. Yes, okay, this is the right link. Sorry about that. All right, so yeah, Mooney, big time Mooney game tonight. If you guys have any props, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what props you guys like, so we can dive into that. And if there's any questions on this game, let me know, because in the next, like I said, we'll probably hang on here for another 20-ish minutes, if that's yeah, that'll get us to about 3:45, right? So yeah, let me know who you guys are liking for tonight. Any props, but I think Mooney, a lot of value tonight. I think Hawkinson has a lot of value tonight. So a couple games that you guys could check out. All right. All right, let's shift gears. So yeah, any comments you guys have on these games, let me know. But let's shift gears back to cooking up. Let's cook up same gamer for this one. So let's cook up a same game parlay real quick for this Falcons and Raiders game. Maybe we'll throw in a little bit of Desmond Ritter revenge in this for anyone in the chat that wants to believe in Ritter. But I have to share this link again. All right, we'll cook up this like a let's do a 3,000. 3,000. That's the one I cooked up earlier. I think this one will be good. All right. I'm going to pull it up on my phone also. Let me see if we can get FanDuel up here too, because I think FanDuel had better odds for this earlier. All right, let me see. Yeah, let's get a FanDuel for this one. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen. FanDuel. And okay. Here we go, guys. All right, so let's build this one out. Bijan's minus 220 anytime on FanDuel. Wild odds. Sincere McCormick's finding the end zone tonight. We talked a lot about this. Love the value. Love the usage that McCormick has had this season. So no doubt in my mind at these odds, we should be looking at this prop tonight. So also thinking about a possible first touchdown one with McCormick in it. So I'll offer both ideas for you guys. Do what you want with that. We were talking about Darnell Mooney. So Darnell Mooney also to find the end zone tonight. As mentioned, his odds are better on FanDuel. So if you're building this, I think FanDuel had slightly better odds. So maybe you could build it on FanDuel. So there's our first 2 legs for anytime touchdown scorer. Not going to put it in this one, but I do think Brock Bowers to score tonight. I just my confusion here and why I was back and forth. I don't know if the Raiders are going to score 2 touchdowns tonight. So that's why I'm leaving him out of this. But if you put him in, you could see the odds jump from 567 all the way up to about 20-1. So do what you want with that. I do think Desmond Ritter, we're going to call this a revenge game, but his odds on our FanDuel now. I might have to get back to DraftKings for this because I liked Ritter. Let me see. Let me see what it'll be if we don't put Ritter in. Darnell Mooney. No, wait. I want Mooney's alt line. I don't know why they don't have Ritter his props. All right, let's see it without. Let's see it without, and we'll decide from there. So we'll move Mooney up to 70. Originally I had him 60, but I'm also taking him 100. So Mooney 70 plus receiving yards. Jacoby Myers is gonna have a big game tonight. We talked a little bit about him earlier in the comments. 70 plus from Myers. Game script will be good. All right, this one's fine. We can do it without. We'll replace this one with Myers. So if you guys want to put $100 on this, nice little payday there. If you want to put, this is my units, I keep it 100. My 0.25 is 25. So if this wins tonight, I'll take him $581, which I'll be happy about. Sincere McCormick, anytime touchdown. Darnell Mooney, anytime touchdown. Mooney, 70 plus receiving yards. Jacoby Myers, give me 70 plus receiving yards. Nothing crazy, right? We're not asking for a ton here. But I do think that the value that we're ending at here is pretty strong. The one thing I would say about Mooney's props tonight, if you do, so there's a couple of, let me see where this would take us. Because if we did do 100 plus, look at those odds. Those odds go up a lot. How crazy do we want to get with this? That is the question that we have to answer here. How crazy do we want to get with this? I think that the value still could be there. Ray McLeod. A lot of people liking Ray McLeod tonight. Oh, I don't know. London and McCormick touchdown. All right, so I like the fact that we're all McCormick. I'm going to offer both options, guys. Mooney there, Mooney here. I think, obviously, it's 30 less yards, but I do think the value of Mooney tonight is incredible. If you guys want to get real crazy on this and think it's a Mooney-Myers game, look at that. Look what that 25 wins you. That would be a lot more. If you want to put 100, you win 10 grand. You want to put $1, you win 100. $5, you win 500. $10, you win 1,000. So that one could play. So you can mess around with this. But these are the lines that I like. Typically when I like, a regular over, I'm going to trust the alt as well on these kind of lotto parlays. So, yeah, good value there. Lock that in. But again, as mentioned, Mooney props tonight. He's a little bit higher there on FanDuel for his yards. Jacoby Myers props tonight look really good to me, and as well as Sincere McCormick to score. I don't love McCormick's props because his rushing yards over tonight, I just don't know how many times they're going to be able to run the football. And as you can see there, 50 plus is minus 188, but 60 plus at minus 110. Like, I just don't know if they're going to be in a game script where they can run. I think they're going to be trailing the majority of the second half, which will lead to that. All right, let's talk about college football. Let's talk some college football for the last 15 minutes. I do have an NBA lotto, too, that I built that maybe I tweeted it, but maybe I could throw it on for you guys a little bit later. But let's talk college football, and we're going to build an early college football bowl lotto for this week because I will not be on with you guys until next Monday. So there's a lot of time, right, between these games. But with that said, let me see. Let me pull this back up. Where did we get to college football? Oh, I was on FanDuel. Or DraftKings, I'm sorry. This is the best time of the year, isn't it? Holidays are here. Bowl games are here. The only thing that can make a Tuesday, like, I don't know how I feel. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the early bowl games or the late? Those 12 o'clock bowl games are huge. Those ones save the day a lot. But I don't mind a late game. Addison and Mooney, both 100 plus. Mikey, what are those odds? I need those odds. I'll write that one down. I like that. You like Addison a lot tonight, huh? Yeah, I like a big Mooney game though. But all right, bowl season anyway. What's the name of this bowl? I need the names of the bowls coming up too. Sometimes you vibe bet off the name of the bowl. West Virginia. Who the heck did they? Memphis. But let me know those odds. I will tell that. I will tell the chat with that pick. College football, all the bowl games. All right. I was only showing me the playoffs. Here we go. Here's the good stuff, guys. All right. So the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. That is confirmed. Memphis, West Virginia. Memphis actually ended the season with a number next to their name at 25. I like West Virginia. I like West Virginia with the spread, so I'm taking them 4.5. Got an Ohio State wins it all. Yeah, let me know in the chat who wins it all. Let me know. Listen, we'll talk about this a little more. The draw for Penn State. How about that? Penn State might. I mean, their seed's better than the 1 seed. Oregon, I think was. It was better that Oregon or Penn State lost that game for their sake. All right, West Virginia. This is one of the bets I really like in that game. Give me California against UNLV. UNLV's got some changes going on. Another thing with the bowl games, guys, please make sure you look at who's playing and who's not, especially when it's the Sport LA Bowl. That's what that game is. You're gonna get players that sit. A lot of times these bowl games legitimately do come down to who plays, like who cares more about it. Um, and I could see that being the case with a lot of these games. So make sure that you guys are smart with how you approach this. Do not bet like just because the team's ranked higher, anything like that. I mean, you should never do that in general, but also especially this time of the year because you don't know who's sitting, you don't know who's playing. Certain teams haven't won a bowl game in 20 years, so they're going harder than this team who you know how it goes. So I like Cal a lot. Another game that I like a lot, I like Jacksonville State. How about the job that they've done now? Rich Rodriguez, former coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Then he coached at Arizona. Okay. Now, again, he's on the move. So he was doing an outstanding job at Jacksonville State. He has left them. He's going to West Virginia. And this is his alma mater. This will be the second time back at West Virginia. So we'll see how it works out for Rodriguez, but he's done a really good job. This team deserves a lot of credit for what they've done in this short period of time in Division One. Won their conference. Ohio was really good this season. I think that this is going to be a really good matchup. By the way, I think these are two of the more underrated teams in football. Obviously, not a lot of people going to be tuned into Jacksonville State and Ohio, but Ohio, great season, end up finding their way as MAC champions again, despite Curtis Rourke transferring to Indiana. This has been the definition of consistency in the MAC. Has been the Ohio Bobcats. In the Cure Bowl, I don't think they get it done. I like Jacksonville State to take care of business. How about Tulane and Florida? Florida, listen, I get that they've struggled, right? I understand this isn't Florida standards. They should be excited about where they're at right now. Billy Napier's seat could not have been hotter 2 months ago, but the way that they closed this season, they should be happy. The big win against Ole Miss, the big win against LSU. They played Georgia tough in that first half. If it wasn't for an injury in that game, I think Florida might win that one. They were winning that game at half. Unfortunately for them, DJ Lagway was injured in the second half, but he has been unbelievable. The 19-year-old Willis, Texas native, he's been great for this team. I expect him to continue his strong season. I think Florida rolls against Tulane. That'll get us to Friday. So now here's the playoff games. Indiana and Notre Dame. Listen, if you guys have followed me this year, Indiana has been my kryptonite. I can't figure this team out. I've won 2 bets betting against Indiana this year, and I think I've bet on them like twice. I won my bet on Ohio State against them. I won my bet when they played Michigan, so I've been hot against them lately. But there was like a 5-week stretch where I just kept saying regression for this team, and every time I'd look and they were up by 25. So this has been a tough team to figure out. Notre Dame, to me, superior on both sides of the football. That is all true. I think the Irish roll in this spot, and I believe a lot of people are going to end up on Indiana for the reason of, okay, these two teams, there's not that much of a talent gap. Now, interestingly enough, remember, Notre Dame's ranked 3rd in the nation because of seeding. Like, if Notre Dame was in a conference this year, they would have had to win their conference championship game. But if they won their conference championship game, they could have ended up being the 2 seed, realistically, the overall in the seeding. So their seeding and their strength, it's not the most favorable. They do have to play a solid Indiana team, but I still think it's a win for them. There's few teams I think that they would rather see than Indiana. I do think they match up really well. Defensively, remember, these are home games. In-state battle, it's going to be rocking. Whatever that ticket is to get into that stadium, because that game's going to be electric. But I do think that they find their way and win this football game. So give me give me Notre Dame with the -8 spread, -7.5 spread in this spot. So that will get us there and to about 22-1 odds. This is gonna really, boost up this parlay. We have a Georgia wins it all as well. I don't know about that. I don't think Georgia wins it all. I think Ohio State has a much better chance than Georgia. Penn State. I'm going with another favorite. I think Penn State wins this game by 25 points. Like I don't think this is close. Penn State, interesting season because they did still lose their big games, but this is the most confident I've been in a Penn State team in a long time. I'm from the Philadelphia area. People love Penn State around here. It's consistently the same thing with this team. They're great until they get to that big game. And again, like I said, this season, yeah, they still lost their big games. They lost against Ohio State, and they lost in the Big Ten championship. Now, I do want to point out in the Big Ten championship, they played great. Defensively, they didn't play great. They gave it 45, but it was an electric game. Like Drew Aller makes one or two mistakes in that game that if he doesn't make, they might end up winning that game. That's a lot of what ifs. And Dylan Gabriel was unbelievable all night for them. Their run game was working. But Penn State offensively, to hang 37 on Oregon, if they put up a similar kind of game, I'll tell you this, if Penn State scores 37 points against SMU, they're covering. I know SMU's been dynamic offensively, but who has SMU played this season? And I'm happy the committee put SMU in. I did not want Alabama to get in with 3 losses. I did not want SMU, to lose a playoff spot for reaching their conference championship. But that does not take away from the fact that SMU have not beaten a team this season that was ranked. They played 2 ranked teams this year, and they lost to both of them. Louisville was not ranked when they played. They lost against BYU earlier in the season, 18-15, and then their other loss came against Clemson there in the SEC championship. But it was a great game, right? That game could have went either way. They were down 24-7. They stormed back. They lose the game, obviously, on the 56-yarder from Hauser for Clemson, but it was a close, contested game. They deserve to be in. That does not mean that there's not a major talent gap between these two teams. Happy Valley's going to be rocking. Penn State takes care of business there. So give me the Nittany Lions to roll in that spot. Texas and Clemson. This game, I like Dabo and the boys with the points. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Texas is a team that could be on upset alert here. They have not impressed me lately at all offensively. There have been multiple games this season where Texas has really struggled moving the football, being consistent. And that last game against Georgia, they had multiple chances. I mean, Carson Beck was injured in that game. And Gunnar Stockton, he's a highly touted quarterback. He's from the state of Georgia. A lot to like about him. But you let a backup quarterback beat you in the SEC championship game. And Quinn Ewers statistically didn't play terrible. He threw for almost 400 yards, but he had 2 bad interceptions. They had a lot of chances to close that game out. They have a chance late to score a game-winning touchdown. They do get the field goal. They force overtime. But then in overtime, they get the ball first. They don't do anything with it. Bad penalty. They couldn't stop the run game with ETN. ETN was great for Georgia in that one. But yeah, I think Clemson, and the other thing with Clemson, guys, is they're playing nothing to lose, right? This is a team that, hey, they thought they were out. Everyone wrote them off, wrote them out of the playoffs. It was over. Everything was done. They have not allowed that to slow them down. So this team has been extremely dynamic as of late, feeling pretty good right now. They're going to come into this game, and they're going to be playing with nothing to lose. All of the pressure in this game falls on the team from the Lone Star State. I think Clemson gets it done and stays within this number. And to close out this monster of a parlay, look at this. We get Sunday. How do I feel about that? A Sunday bowl game. I don't know. Fresno State, Northern Illinois, or NFL. That will be a decision to be made. I think Ohio State. And we had a comment earlier about Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State is a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. I think Ohio State's actually underrated now coming into the playoffs, which is crazy to say. With all that said, I think 7.5 is a lot of points, like a lot of points in this game. And I think it's too many points. So I love the fact that we are getting 7.5 with Nico and Tennessee. Difference with Tennessee from this years past is their defense. Okay. This is a really good defensive team. Both of these teams outstanding defensively. Now we know Ohio State's statistically the best in the nation. They're at 10.9. I don't know how many people understand Tennessee is the 4th best defense in college football. They allow 14.9 points per game. Will Howard has struggled. He struggled badly against the Michigan defense that was not as good as years past. This defense in Tennessee is much better than that Michigan defense was. I anticipate a big-time defensive performance, which is interesting to say, a big-time defensive performance from Tennessee. And Nico offensively will be able to move the football. I think this is a grinded-out rock fight. A lot of people might like the over there, 46.5. I think this one stays in the 30s, maybe creeps into the low 40s, and the Vols cover. I think Ohio State probably wins the game, but give me the Vols with the points. So if you did these 8 legs, so a week parlay, a bowl week parlay to kick it off, your odds are going to be pretty significant here. So if you want to do $25, you're going to walk away with $4,000. We'll go if you're a 50 unit better, or is your 0.25. Hey, you put $100 on this, you're going to walk away with about 16 grand in your pocket. So if this goes our way, we can make a lot of money. But again, West Virginia, California, Jacksonville State, Florida beats Tulane big, Notre Dame against Indiana, Penn State, and then we'll take a couple of dogs with Clemson and Tennessee. So a good balance there too of some dogs and some favorites. So listen, I hope you guys ride this. Mikey, yep, yeah, that's the good line. I hope you guys ride this. I think that there's a lot of value to get it going. But that'll take us to it. Sheer, I think Shear's going to close this off with some announcements. I do want to remind everyone, guys, before I head out, if you are still tuned in, and really appreciate, we had a bunch of people in, over 7K over the last hour jumping in to listen to this. So always appreciate you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules on a Monday, hopefully starting this week off hot. Make sure you guys sign up. The link, I believe, will be below this video. Make sure you guys check it out. I'm going to have my VIP completely free till Christmas Day. So you guys are going to get all these bowl games we were just talking about. You're going to get the next 9-10 days of my picks, all sports, all lottos. We smacked one last night, a big time lotto, 43 to 1 odds there where we hit that. That was huge. Shout out to those teams for covering, for getting it done. But make sure you guys take advantage of that. Sign up. You're going to get the link completely free. I have tweeted it out the last couple days. So if you've missed it, if you can't find it anywhere, shoot me a DM. I will get you taken care of. But you should be able to find it, like I said, below the video. And yeah, make sure to take advantage of that. Check out everything, guys, right now. DubClub is going on. A lot of great trials out there. A lot of great times. Best time of the year to get in. Bowl season. Playoffs are going to be here. NBA in full swing. NHL in full swing. A lot of sports going on. Got our international sports rolling now. So a lot to like. But Sheer, I'll let you take it. I'll let you take it over here and close it out. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope everybody makes some money tonight. 2 Monday Night Football games. Remember that. Get all those bets in. A lot of NBA as well, and a couple good spots on the ice tonight. So take advantage of all this, and yeah, let's keep cashing. Make sure you guys give a follow at DebPressPicks on all socials. Also, make sure you're following on our threads and Instagram as well for exclusive additional content to what you see here on X. So sure, close you guys out, but appreciate everyone, and we will be back next Monday.